Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 65 of my Senjou no Maou, or The Devil on G-String, Let's Read. Joining me, as always, is my co-reader Faith. Last episode, we learned a lot about Kyosuke and Usami's relationship when they were children. A relationship that until recently, Kyosuke has forgotten about. Also, Maou is making his move against Usami. He has lured her down into the underground caverns, and is probably laying a trap for her. Hopefully, she is prepared, and Maou isn't even more prepared. Anyway, please enjoy this next episode.
Where is he? She searched for Maou in the monstrous cavern, among its countless towering pillars. The silence seemed to hurt Haru's ears. She realized she had walked into a trap of her own volition. There were plenty of hiding places for Maou. He could be aiming at her with a gun at this very moment.
It's a splendid place, don't you think?
Mao's voice suddenly rang out from the abyss. The extreme echoes in the artificial underground space masked the location of the speaker.
Your father, Usami Yoshinori, must be boasting about this in hell.
Hearing her father's name didn't move Haru in the slightest. The ominous darkness around her seemed to engulf Haru, and with every passing second she was more sure this was indeed the residence of the devil. First tag, and now hide and seek? Why won't you show yourself already?
Don't be so hasty. We need to build the proper ambiance before the final showdown between the hero and the demon lord, do we not?
I'm not here to chat with you.
You're no fun.
Footsteps echoed around her. He was close. Haru pricked up her ears and stared into the darkness, refusing to let a single sound go unheard. It paid off. She heard a noise and turned around. A piece of concrete had fallen to the ground. It was a distraction. Was he toying with her? The tension began to run her breath ragged. Ellipses. Ellipses.
I watch Usami from behind a pillar. My only question is this: is she armed? Most importantly, is she carrying a gun? She's traveled extensively in her life, so it's possible she has experience with live ammunition. However, where would she get a gun in Japan? And she'd have to be a fearful sharpshooter indeed to hit me in this darkness. But there's always the remote possibility. When she quickly turned at the stone I threw, I watched the twisting of Usami's clothes. I couldn't see any bulge at her waist that might be a sidearm. I'll laugh if it turns out she hid something in her bust or the like, but I don't intend to give her the time to reach for any elaborate hiding spots. Nevertheless, it seems she does have some sort of weapon. I keep a close eye on her right hand. She's holding it low and tense. In other words, it's poised to move quickly in the event of a surprise attack. Thus, she's carrying something near her right hand. Her skirt pocket, most likely. What kind of weapon is it, I wonder? A small knife, maybe? No. I'd say it's more like a common woman's defense tool. Pepper spray, or a taser perhaps. They even sell tasers in the shape of pens here in Japan. Now, allow me to demonstrate my reverence for you, hero. Usami didn't respond. You didn't bring any friends, let alone police, and chased me all the way alone.
You say that like you didn't intend on running away with your tail between your legs if I had.
Indeed, this is nothing more than a game, after all. Thus, I won't intrude upon your honor by taking you down with a rifle from afar.
You sure are confident.
You wouldn't use a shotgun to kill a rat, would you? Despite the fact that rats spread some rather troublesome diseases. I thought it'd be best to choke you to death. Just like Father.
Oh, oh.
I feel like mimicking him might allow me to carry some of Father's karma. I burst into a dash. I leap from pillar to pillar, keeping my cover.
Oopsies.
I reach a second pillar, a third, and I keep moving.
Ugh.
I can tell Usami's breathing is getting unsteady. As I should have expected, she didn't blindly swallow my words. I'm carrying a gun under my suit jacket. If I get careless, and she gets the drop on me, I'll just shoot her and be done with it. Megalipses. Ellipses.
At least that's a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
Have a backup plan.
Yeah. He isn't risking it at all on this crazy scheme.
Yeah, like some antagonists.
Yeah.
If this doesn't happen the way I want it to, I'll just shoot her and be done with it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually intelligent.
Yeah. Plan B.
Now he's moving to the right. He moves between pillars with the swiftness of a panther. Haru panicked at Mao's playful movements. She'd never fought with her life on the line before. She just certainly didn't expect to use the karate she practiced after quitting the violin to work on Mao. This was her best chance to defeat Mao. As long as Mao's pride continued to play with a powerless girl like her, she would eventually be given an opportunity to strike. The chance will only show itself for a moment. She checks for her hidden taser again. Just pressing the 10-centimeter long weapon into an attacker's body will send electrodes flying into their skin. The manual claims it supplies 500,000 volts, enough to rob the consciousness from any human, no matter the size. Haru tries to close in on her target. She moves to the pillar she last saw Mao at, and glues her back to it. Sweat slowly trickled from the fingertips of her tense right arm. Ellipses. Ellipses.
We continued our dance for a while, switching places now and then. This great, round open space. The pillars standing at equally spaced points. Usami must be losing her bearings running through this repetitive scenery. As proof of that, I have Usami's back. Of course, Usami will be watching her six carefully. We're around 5 meters apart. All I need to do is jump out and strangle her slender throat. But is it possible? Usami is most likely hiding a weapon. But if she has a weapon, why doesn't she keep it in her hand? Be it a knife or a taser, it would behoove her to hold it at the ready for a quick counterattack. Is she armed? Or is that what she wants me to think? Ellipses. 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 We're getting nowhere here, Usami. Not a fraction of a second after I opened my mouth, I heard a sound I hadn't heard until then.
Oopsies.
That metal sound must have been the weapon in Usami's uniform. Did she knock it against the pillar or something? I run through the darkness again, taking distance from Usami. What are you waiting for? I'm right here. I'll wait patiently until my prey weakens. A schoolgirl who hasn't even been through basic training will inevitably run out of stamina. Your breathing's getting heavy. Is something the matter? I weave from pillar to pillar with blinding speed, leading her on with a glimpse of my back each time. Usami chases me. Is your hatred for me this weak? How long did we play this hide and seek? I look back and scrutinize Usami's face as it's lit by the emergency lights. Her eyes are unfocused and her lips are flaccid. There was indeed a black weapon in her right hand, most likely some sort of taser, as I'd predicted.
Maou!
Usami trips, and I don't fail to recognize my chance. She must have gotten caught on a pillar. Usami falls to the ground, face first. The black object falls out of her hand. I turn aside deftly and fiercely draw in on the fallen Usami. Usami hurries to jump up, and I push her down. Now, die! I put my hands to her already deathly pale neck. What's wrong, hero? Use your head! As I say that, I put all my strength into keeping the blood away from her brain. Taste it well. Your father died this way too. Usami slowly stops resisting. I'm taking her life. The sensation is so incredibly intoxicating. My father, Samajima Toshikatsu, wished for Haru's death. As long as she lives, the demon named Usami Yoshinori will never be taught his lesson. I have no mercy. I don't feel any pangs of conscience. Usami will die at my hands. The life quickly fades from her eyes. In contrast, my face must be warped with delight. If only you could see me now, Father. I'm finally going to get... Ellipses. There's something coming for my chest. I look at it reflexively. Shock and regret fly through my mind. I was being conceited. Who said she'd only have one weapon? My teeth crack in humiliation. Usami!
Mao's screams pour down like rain. Haru squeezes out all her remaining strength. She had pulled out the hidden weapon from her skirt pocket. The taser she was clenching took to Mao's chest. Apologize to my mother in hell! Usami Haru gathered all her love for her mother and resentment towards quitting the violin. She forced these emotions into her arm and threw it forward. There was a flash like lightning, or at least it was supposed to be. She couldn't believe her eyes. Electrode should have fired into Mao, then discharged with a vengeance. Is it broken? No. Something in Mao's chest blocked it. Something hard. A lot of civilian tasers come with a warning that they won't work on especially firm surfaces. A gun? By the time she tried to press it onto another part of his body, it was too late.
I see.
Mao smiled.
It was merely one of those no permit necessary toys.
She feels all the power drained from her. Her last weapon was smacked from her hand and flew far out of reach.
You did well, Usami.
His hands wrap around her neck. Despair wells up in her.
What else have you planned?
That was it. She had nothing else.
So the game is up, then. It was fun while it lasted.
This is the end. There was never any point to it. Haru's resistance against Maou had been nothing more than a game to the bitter end. She's going to be killed. Killed like her father was. Her body attempted to shut down, and her consciousness slowly drowned. Her last memories were fuzzy. Her sight was gorged in red, and the boundary between life and death grew impossible to resolve. All she knew was that she was close to it now. She passed across an unbearable pain into a euphoric floating sensation. Her pupils dilated, her eyes rolled back. Her bodily functions were about to cease entirely. Kyosuke. Ellipses. Ellipses.
Thank you so much for yesterday, hero.
The day after she barged into his brother's funeral, Kyosuke came to the rooftop. Sorry for pretending to be your sister.
Don't worry about it. You were so awesome.
Haru knew her childish trick was only a quick fix. In the end, they'd still have to leave their home.
I love you.
Those carefree words took her by surprise. She couldn't tell him. She couldn't reveal that the man who tormented his father, that the man his father killed, was her own father. She couldn't tell him. She couldn't let him know that she was leaving the country to flee society's prying eyes. But cold sweat ran down her back. She tried to smile, but it didn't work out so well. The power of the word love had driven the moisture from her lips. You love me? Don't you have lots of friends, though?
Yeah, I used to, at least.
Kyosuke's voice grew a shade darker. She said something really thoughtless. Her pulse skyrocketed. Do you have a girlfriend or anything? She asked with feigned nonchalance. Nevertheless, the book she was holding was quivering with her arms, and the anxiety nearly made her jump from the 50-story building she sat upon.
You sure act like a grown-up hero. Dad always said girls were interested in that sort of thing, though.
Just tell me already, yes or no?
Nope, I never even thought about it.
He smiles, much to her relief. No, this wasn't the time to be relieved. She musters all her courage. The determination in her chest draws air into her parched mouth. I guess it can't be helped then. I'll marry you. She couldn't force a smile. Only tears decorated her face. In the heat of the moment, she had said such a thing. Nonchalantly. Indifferently. If you remember. If we even see each other again. I have to move soon. It'll have to be a fateful reunion, I guess. Romantic, don't you think?
You're moving?
Yeah,
Why?
to study the violin more.
Will you be leaving the country?
Dusseldorf, Europe.
No way.
His voice clouded over. Will you miss me?
Of course I will.
Her heart nearly leapt from her chest at that. Well, remember what I told you? That I said I'd marry you, I mean. I bet adults would find these kinds of promises embarrassing, but it's okay, right? It's what Hiro wants. After getting all that out at once, she realized the absurdity of her words. Her knees started to buckle. It was as if her entire body was protesting against her brazen confession.
Marry me?
Don't you want me to?
Are you serious?
Yeah. This time her voice clearly shook. Does he think I'm weird now? Does he think I'm bossy? Does he hate me? Is he going to laugh at me for being so childish? Oh wait, Kosuke-kun said he liked long-haired girls. However, as if to pick up the pieces of Haru's shattered heart, the boy responded kindly.
Alright, it's a promise.
You better remember, my mom is really pretty. You know what that means, right? It means I'll be pretty too someday. Yeah, and I'll grow out my hair. She gave him a huge smile as she cried on the inside. And though her heart was fluttering, she knew it wasn't likely they'd meet again. Even if they did, the boy would be an adult. It would be a reunion between the son of a murderer and his victim's daughter. Kyosuke-kun would hold a grudge against her, but she didn't care. It's a promise. She smiled again. The boy returned a smile in kind.
Yeah, good luck with the violin.
He gazed at her so gently. He spoke so kindly. Everything about him made her sad to say goodbye, as she knew the passage of time would likely rob her of her fleeting dreams. She wanted to stay like this. However, she knew that she would be unable to force her smile much longer if she stayed with the boy. And she refused to cry right now. There would be plenty time for tears in the coming months. Well, we'll be taking the ferry to some airport. So if you want to see me off, come to the docks.
Yeah, I'll be there.
The evening sky dyed the boy's cheeks a shade of orange. The girl forced her stiffened lips into one last false smile and waved goodbye. She took 2 steps. She wanted to turn around and hug him. She broke into a run as she began to imagine the feelings of her first love's chest. Tears fogged her vision and the wind carried away her weeping. She looked up to the sky and it seemed to change from its winter hue to the lively colors of spring. Her wish from the bottom of her heart. She wished that someday, somewhere, their promise would be fulfilled. She wished for a reunion between 2 innocent angels without any heed at all to fathers or sins. She wished for a glimpse of gentle spring in her life of winter.
Megalipses. Ellipses.
Kun,
Usami was muttering something.
Kyosuke, kun.
Tears rolled from her eyes. It was almost like she was trying to tickle my conscience. Usami.
Kyosuke, kun.
A tinge of a headache came on. The strength in my grip weakens ever so slightly. Ellipses. The softness in me I thought I killed reared its head. A father is a father, and a daughter is a daughter. What sin has Usami Haru committed? Shut up, Usami! But she didn't stop calling for Kyosuke. No matter how much you cry or wail, Kyosuke isn't coming. I froze my heart. That's right, I'm Maou. A man who sought salvation in revenge and threw away everything else in its name. I'm different from that good-for-nothing Azai Kyosuke. I begin to wring her neck again. This time, I'll kill her. I moan and sway as I crush this life in my hands. Die, Usami! I hear the sound of footsteps fighting through the darkness. I hear rough breaths betraying a powerful desperation. He's close by. It seems he's come for me. I see. I thought I was being followed. That was him? That unfilial betrayer, the adopted son of Azai Gonzo? I called him at midnight in order to bait Gonzo. He must have lost it. I was supposed to have been dead, after all. I meant to kill the traitor. When I found out he was acting as a rep for Azai's front business, I went mad with rage. The damn weakling, getting too big for his boots. Nevertheless, the footsteps I hear hold no hesitation. A far cry indeed from the delusional boy I called earlier tonight. He'd gone so far off the deep end that he believed himself to be Maou.
Kyosuke. Come.
So that's how it is. I put my life on the line while he sat around fostering his love. Let her go! He shouted at me. Don't lay a finger on Usami. The tone of his voice seemed determined to protect this girl. You do know who you're speaking to, don't you? Yeah? Who does he think he is, interfering with my plans? That damn Kyosuke. Opposing me, Samejima Kyohei. Megalipses. Ellipses. I remember. The words I said that day so long ago stayed with me, though I had long forgotten why. The girl, who was just about to board her ship. I asked the girl a question. Hey, what's your name?
I told you. I'm Hiro.
Tell me.
Fine. If I become a real hero, I'll tell you.
Oh, you're not a real hero yet?
Not yet.
She must have thought herself immature for not having the courage to be honest. All right, I got it then. I flashed a toothy grin. So, you're going to be a hero, huh?
Yeah.
Then I, Azai Kyosuke, will. I'll become your comrade and protect you, hero. Kyosuke! Chapter 5. The Devil on G-String. Kyohei Nisan. No, Maou. I take a step forward. Let Usami go. Your evil deeds end here. Maou looks up at me firmly. His eyes bear a powerful hatred. They end here, you say. I've already contacted the Sonoyama group. You've nowhere to run. You're rather efficient. I thought you'd be in your apartment right now, crying over your poor foster father. I'm not the boy I used to be.
Kyosuke-san.
After seeing me, Usami slowly closed her eyes. As your big brother, I'm happy to see you grow. I'm happy to see you too, Nissan. I thought you'd been blown to bits. Haven't you heard the horror stories about London's police force at that time? I merely left my passport at the scene, and before you knew it, they gave me a toe tag without a toe. Why would you fake your own death? Unlike you, I have things to do. It's easier to evade the police when people think you're dead. But more importantly, you wanted to frame me by doing everything under the Azai name. Is that it? To be precise, I called myself Asai. Nevertheless, even Gonzo mistook you to be Maou. You must have had it easy thanks to that. Everyone seemed to suspect me after you blew up Gonzo's car. Oh, please. Something as trivial as a car bombing happens all the time in Northern Ireland. Did you join up with terrorists? Something like that. I suppose that's why you were able to use such dangerous equipment as rifles and military bombs? In the Middle East, even 10-year-old children are proficient with simple weaponry like that. A long time had passed since my brother Kyohei disappeared. He's always been cold, despite the flaming passion within him. Why not join me, Kyosuke? Ellipses. Now look here. Father killed 4 measly people. 4 people who deserved their deaths. Yet he was sentenced to death. This nation allows even the murderers of innocent infants to evade capital punishment. How is this fair? Is your aim to free Dad? Indeed. That goal alone has driven me through 10 years of preparation. Preparation? Righteous indignation crawled up my back. You're saying kidnapping Tsubaki's brother, killing Gonzo, and making Tokita your puppet was preparation? But Mao's smile was unfazed. Azai Gonzo deserved to die. Mother's trauma was his doing. That's true. I can't deny it. Tsubaki was a good child. Girls like that are oblivious to the evil in this world and are easily soiled with it. If I had a bit more time, I'd have liked to make Tokita one of us too. What did you intend to do with these children you gathered up? Telling you that now would spoil the fun. He's arrogant to the bitter end. The genius brother I once knew has apparently nurtured his talent only for evil. It's not too late, Kyosuke-kun. Join me, and we can save our father together. Not a chance in hell! I show my rejection to myself as much as him. And if you care to know why, I stare at Usami, the young hero. She saved me when I was all alone. Even if it was only for a moment, she let me taste spring. It's because you toyed with my woman, Maou. He tore apart her friendship with Tsubaki and Tokita, all in the name of his little game. And now he's even trying to take her very life. I'll say it once more. Take your hands off Usami. What did she ever do to you? I'm disappointed in you, Kyosuke. Maou slowly stood up. Have you gone to visit, Father? He's got me where it hurts. Why can't you understand Father's humiliation? Ellipses. How impertinent must a boy be to discard the darkness of his past for a life of convenience? His mockery was interrupted by countless footsteps resounding from the darkness behind me. Several thick Yakuza accents bellowed, "Son, Kyosuke-san," and the like. I'll retreat for now, Kyosuke. Maou smiled in condescension and let go of Usami. He must have concluded that taking Usami hostage would have had no effect on the Sonoyama group, whose single goal was to avenge their boss. But next time we meet, prepare to die. A frightening resentment was in his eyes. Being family doesn't preclude one from being human vermin. A boy who fell for his enemy's daughter is no longer a brother of mine. Remember this. Maou ran into the darkness. I couldn't run after him. He might have laid traps around, but more importantly, I couldn't just leave Usami there, unconscious. Even this darkness couldn't hide the fact that her face had lost all color. Hey, Usami! I lift Usami's upper body a bit and lightly slap her cheeks.
Kyosuke-kun.
Are you alright? I was just in the nick of time.
You came. You really are.
Her head dropped. Seems she's lost consciousness again. Her innocent face bore a similarity to the girl I met so long ago. I gently hold her hand. Of all her cold body, there alone felt as warm as the spring sun. After that ordeal, I carried Usami on my back, left the underground channel, and took her back to my place. Groans came from the bed. Are you finally awake? She suddenly kicked the covers off her.
Is this heaven?
It's my apartment, dumbass.
Why am I wearing these tacky clothes?
It's your jogging suit. I went to the trouble of going to your house and getting it for you.
How do you know where I live?
I asked Tokita and Shiratori. They let me borrow your key. Usami's place is close to this apartment. Seems she was renting the second floor of some company warehouse.
You mean you went into my room without my permission?
Yeah, but don't worry. Tokita and Shiratori were there too.
I bet you liked it. I try to keep it stocked on cute things.
No, it was jam-packed with disgusting plushies. There were a bunch of penguins with mohawks lined up.
Where did Yuki and Misa go?
They both went home. Tomorrow, well, I guess today, they'll be going to school as normal again. Usami's face clouded over.
But Yuki is...
Yeah, but she wants to apologize to Miss Noriko before she turns herself in. Tokita seemed determined to do so.
What about Misa? She'll be all alone.
I don't know. She said she'll be around later, so you can ask her yourself.
But I don't want anyone to see me in this jogging suit.
What about me? What happened to wanting to show off your outfit? And here I was worrying about her. Your uniform's at the cleaners, so just deal with it until tomorrow.
Thanks, I guess.
She bowed her head.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry about it.
Thank you so much.
Why do you have to say it so many times?
If you hadn't showed up, I'd be in heaven now.
Consider it a loan.
Well then.
She walks towards the door. Hey, wait! Where are you going?
Nowhere in particular. I just get the feeling I shouldn't stick around here.
Why not?
Why not?
She looks down and bites her lip.
I'm not allowed to be with you.
Because of our parents? I prompt her, and Usami quickly nods.
Because you have every right to curse me.
Yeah, you had a lot of nerve showing up, knowing I'm the son of Samijima Toshikatsu.
I'm sorry. I thought maybe you wouldn't realize I was that Usami and thought, lucky me.
I remembered the name, but I tried not to think about it. And thanks to that, my old promise left me as well. Now it's too long.
Huh?
Your hair.
Oopsies.
Usami stopped breathing. It used to be so short that I thought you were a boy.
So you remembered.
Yeah, the marriage promise too. How ridiculous.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. We stare at each other. There was a conflict inside me. My admiration towards the hero of my memories was at war with my feelings towards the current Usami. The girl saved me, but Usami Haru is the daughter of my enemy. Anyway, just stay here for now.
Are you sure that's okay?
Giddy excitement hid in her voice. For some reason, my heart was beating quickly as well. Hey, Usami?
Yes?
Take a shower. What's with you getting all tense? You were running all around that underground tunnel, weren't you?
Oh, right. My hair smells.
She disappears into the changing room. I was getting strangely tense at the sound of Usami stripping behind the door. My woman? It's winter, so there's still a while until the sun comes out. After a somewhat agonizing 30 minutes, Usami came out of the bathroom. It looks like she dried her hair.
I wish I had some coffee milk.
Ellipses.
I just bathed so I could really do with some.
Shut up. She's always acting screwy. You've really changed.
How so?
Before, you had a lot more, how should I put it? Bravado?
It's quite poser, huh?
You speak differently too. Are you really that hero?
Well, you were different too. You were a lot cheerier, more honest with yourself.
So we've both changed. Years twist people's personalities, but what about their feelings? So, you know.
Yes, I've always loved you.
When you say it so nonchalantly like that, it's no wonder I've always thought you were joking.
I see. I should have said it in a more romantic way, is that right?
Well, either way's fine with me. I feel uncomfortable somehow. Let's change the topic.
Should we talk about sumo wrestling?
Shut up already.
I actually have some karate training.
Seriously?
Just a yellow belt, though.
And yet you call that training?
My battle with Maou brought to light the fact that I'm not suited towards combat.
Well, what do you expect with that hair? If it gets grabbed in a fight, you're out.
But I didn't know how long you wanted it, so I couldn't cut it even when I wanted to.
You really are an idiot. Still, this conversation is strangely lively.
Oh, can I ask you something? How many lovers do you have?
Lovers? None.
What about Tsubaki?
No way.
Canon?
She's my sister, you know.
Mizuha or Yuki?
Are you out of your mind?
What about that Miki-chan person you talk to on the phone a lot?
That's a guy. He runs a gay bar downtown, but he's incredible when it comes to snooping around for information, provided that he gets his fee. He seems to have taken a fancy to me.
I see.
What? Were you jealous or something?
Yeah. To be honest, I always tried to come to your place and break up the party when I thought you were about to do the deed.
Seriously? Now that I think about it, I can remember instances like that.
I'm so happy you turned down the many temptations and chose me.
What's with the fake crying? Choose her? Did I? With embarrassment welling up inside me, I instinctively look away from Usami.
Well, as I said,
What? What are you all wriggly for?
I just got out of the shower.
Ellipses? I suddenly become aware of Usami's body. So, you mean...
Right. I'm not good at that kind of thing, though.
What? No experience? You a virgin?
Don't be ridiculous. I have plenty of knowledge and experience. Like, they leave that diary for everyone to write in at love hotels, right? Right. Well, I read those all the time.
Only a virgin would say that.
How about it?
Well, I did say I'd do more than just rape you the next time I saw you.
So you did. As long as it's you, Kyosuke-kun, we can do any kind of fetish play.
Don't call me Kyosuke-kun.
Oh, well, then you can call me Haru to make it even.
Make it even, my ass.
That's a pity.
Anyway, I'll hop in the bath for a second.
Oh, should I wait on the bed?
Fed up with her, I head to the dressing room. Ellipses. Megalipses. When I get out of the bath, all the lights in the room are off. Hey, Usami. The covers on the bed shuffle around. Stop pretending to be asleep. What are you getting cold feet for? Though I reprimand her for her anxiety, I gulp down some water to steady my nerves. I'm sitting down.
Ah!
Look, I'm surprised too. I never thought I'd be sleeping with someone like you. I lie on top of Usami.
Something is...
Something is what?
Something is hard.
Yeah, it does that. For some reason, my heart is burning with desire. I can't hold back the need to make this girl mine. It's nothing like my earlier desire to subjugate my enemy's daughter. It's more gentle, more peaceful. Usami, without any hesitation, reached for my crotch.
What?
Shut up!
I crapped my pants. So scary.
Hey, don't run off now.
You're telling me to suck this thing?
No one said that.
But I know better. It's my duty to calm this beast's rage.
She's completely unhinged.
Evil spirits, be gone! The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
Well, that was a bit awkward. You might want to take a look at the bloopers because that took us about 10 minutes to record that about dozen lines. And yeah, we were laughing a lot. Anyways, continuing on. Megalipses. Ellipses.